Oh, hello everybody. Welcome back to Storytime for Kids. Today's story is Disney the Jungle Book. Bagheera the panther was out hunting in the jungle. Suddenly, he heard a strange crying sound coming from the river. He followed the sound and found the basket with a baby in it, a little boy. Goodness, it's a boy cub, said Bagheera. He needs food and care. Maybe Mama Wolf will look after him. Mama Wolf agreed to help. The boy was named Mowgli. He grew up safe and happy in the jungle. But when Mowgli was 10 years old, everything changed. Shere Khan the tiger who ate people heard about Mowgli. He came looking for him. Bagheera had to take Mowgli back to the people's village to keep him safe. Bagheera and Mowgli started on their long journey. Mowgli was angry and sad. He didn't want to leave the jungle. As night fell, Bagheera and Mowgli climbed a tree to find a comfortable branch. They hadn't seen Kaa the snake hiding in the leaves. When Bagheera was sleeping, Kaa slithered over to Mowgli. The snake had magical powers in his eyes, and before long he had enchanted Mowgli. He fell into a deep sleep. Kaa started to wind himself slowly around Mowgli. He was ready to gobble him up. Suddenly, Bagheera woke up. He jumped towards Kaa and hit him with his paw. Kaa slithered away to hide in the jungle. At last, Bagheera and Mowgli were safe and they went to sleep. The next morning, Bagheera wanted to continue their journey to the people's village, but Mowgli didn't want to go. He held on to a tree trunk and would not move. Bagheera was very angry. He ran away and left Mowgli on his own. Before long, Mowgli met a friendly bear called Baloo. Mowgli told Baloo that he wanted to stay in the jungle. "No problem," said Baloo. "I'll look after you." Baloo enjoyed teaching his new friend how to be just like a bear. Before long, Mowgli could fight like a bear, snore like a bear, and even scratch like a bear. He had learned all about the bare necessities of life. One day, as the two were having a rest, a troop of monkeys came and took Mowgli away. Baloo woke up, but it was too late. The monkeys were carrying Mowgli to the old temple where they lived. Luckily, Bagheera heard Mowgli shouting. Bagheera rushed to the river to help him. "We need a plan to save Mowgli," Bagheera told Baloo. At the temple, Louie, king of the apes, was waiting for Mowgli to arrive. "So you're here at last," Louie said to Mowgli. Louie offered to help Mowgli stay in the jungle, but he wanted Mowgli to share a secret with him in return. He wanted to learn how people made fire. Mowgli didn't know the secret, but before he could explain this, Louie declared that they would have a big feast for their guest. When Baloo and Bagheera arrived at the temple, Louie was singing and dancing. Mowgli joined in the fun too. Before long, he had forgotten about his worries. "Baloo," whispered Bagheera, "you distract the monkeys while I rescue Mowgli." Baloo disguised himself with some shells and leaves. Then he waved at Louie. Louie thought that Baloo was a beautiful female monkey. He rushed over and asked her to leave. He had no idea that she was Baloo. Bagheera tried to grab Mowgli, but he was busy dancing with the monkeys. At last, Baloo and Bagheera managed to take Mowgli away from Louie and the monkeys before the whole temple crumbled and fell to the ground. "Mowgli must go back to the people's village," said Bagheera. "It's not safe for him in the jungle." Baloo thought about Shere Khan. He knew that Bagheera was right. So the next morning, Baloo took Mowgli back to the people's village, but Mowgli was very angry. "You don't want me to stay. You're just like Bagheera," Mowgli shouted at Baloo. Mowgli ran as fast as he could into the jungle. Before long, Mowgli arrived at a part of the jungle he didn't know. 4 vultures came to him and sang a happy song to cheer him up. Shere Khan heard the birds' song. The tiger came out of the shadows with a loud roar. Mowgli was shocked, but he stayed where he was. "I won't run away," Mowgli called bravely. Shere Khan counted to 10 before jumping towards him, roaring loudly. The tiger's claws were out, and his mouth was wide open. Baloo arrived just in time to pull Shere Khan's tail, stopping him from reaching Mowgli. Shere Khan was wild and angry. He roared as he dragged Baloo behind him, but Baloo was determined not to lose his grip on the tiger's tail. Shere Khan threw Baloo over his head. The bear landed on the ground with a crash. Mowgli, Baloo, and the birds fought against Shere Khan. A tree caught on fire after being hit by lightning. Mowgli tied a blazing branch to Shere Khan's tail, and the tiger ran away. Baloo lay on the floor. He was hurt. At last, he opened his eyes. Mowgli was overjoyed and ran straight into his friend's arms. Baloo, Bagheera, and Mowgli went through the jungle again. Finally, they arrived at the people's village. Mowgli heard a girl singing by a well. She was very pretty, and when she saw Mowgli staring at her, she smiled at him. Bagheera was delighted. The girl dropped her jug. Mowgli picked it up and followed the girl to the people's village. He turned and smiled at Baloo and Bagheera. "This is where Mowgli belongs now," said Bagheera. "I agree," said Baloo. Baloo and Bagheera danced happily back to the jungle. The end. Well, kids, for more stories, thank you for watching Storytime for Kids. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.